As I'm sure you're well aware, it is Cyber Monday today across the universe, and this thing isn't probably being discounted today, but I still wanted to make note of it because, man, there's probably not a gadget that I lust after more than this at the moment. I think we first saw this thing about 11 months ago at CES. Samsung's Odyssey G9 monitor, the huge, wide, curved QLED computer monitor coming in at a stunning 49 inches. Basically, it does the work of 3 monitors. It comes in at $1,479, at which point you could probably get a full smart screen TV, but then Sean Hollister at The Verge has been using one of these and says, "It is the most immersive display you can currently get." Quote, "My first big test for Samsung's Odyssey G9 wasn't a console or even PC gaming. Last month, I co-hosted The Verge's industry-famous Apple event live blog, capturing every screenshot you saw. I normally run 3 monitors because I switch tasks like mad, and if there's a better multitasking test than an Apple event, I haven't met it yet. At first, I wasn't sure this epic screen would work. Most apps and websites aren't designed to display across the vast expanse of a single 32:9 monitor, so you have to live in Windows. I couldn't simply toss 1 or 2 apps onto each monitor like I normally do. But while Samsung doesn't ship the G9 with any good windowing software and Windows 10's default Snap is woefully insufficient, Microsoft's free downloadable Fancy Zones windowing manager worked wonders. I built my own set of dedicated snappable spots for the Apple Livestream, The Verge's live blogging tool, Slack, a browser window to keep track of any Apple press releases that might pop up during the show, and even a narrow strip of Windows Explorer so I could see which images I had already captured and weed them out as necessary. The only other wrinkle was the additional Chrome extension I had to download to ensure YouTube could launch full screen in a browser window instead of taking over my entire ultra-wide monitor. In general, while I did occasionally miss my 2 vertically oriented monitors for scrolling long web pages, Google Docs and TweetDeck, I found the G9's gigantic horizontal expanse of real estate nearly as effective for most tasks. Where I could only squeeze 4 narrow columns of TweetDeck onto my old portrait orientation screens, the G9 would comfortably fit 5, plus a 30-tab web browser, a nice vertical strip of Evernote for note-taking, and our Slack newsroom alongside. I wouldn't say it's better than having 3 screens for work, but it seems like a sufficient substitute, except maybe that toast notifications now pop up in the corner of my eye where they're still pretty easy to miss. Still, it's nice not to have to match color, contrast, and brightness across 3 screens at a time, or adjust how my mouse crosses from one monitor to the next. Having a single vast, unbroken expanse of real estate that's always the same distance from my face as I spin in my chair is an absolute treat. And while the Odyssey G9's unprecedented curve does tend to catch ambient light, the matte screen does a great job of diffusing any glare, end quote. He concludes by saying this, quote, "The Samsung Odyssey G9 costs $1,479.99, a premium price for a premium monitor like nothing else on the market. You can find other 49-inch 32:9 panels for less, but none with this combination of resolution, brightness, curvature, and refresh rate. The closest you can come is last year's $1,200 Samsung CR-G9, which maintains the resolution and brightness, but with half the refresh rate at 120 Hz, and a notably less pronounced 1800R curvature, which I imagine wouldn't be as good at giving you convincing peripheral vision in games. If you're looking for the ultimate ultra-wide, this is currently it," end quote.